You are listening to Droptent Media Network.
Welcome. Hello, baby boy. How you doing?
I'm fucking lovely.
I don't love that we're sitting across from each other, but it's
He
fine.
made this happen and made it seem like it was normal.
I sabotaged the
He
show.
did.
I'm sorry.
But listen, just
okay.
like Rachel had said when I walked in, we feel like twins, bitch. We met each other and fell in
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
Guys, we got two guests.
Beautiful guest.
They funny as fuck and they fuck. What? I mean, I hope.
And we're funny when we fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the best kind of relationship.
Can we please get Spanish talk so fucking sound effects? Ay.
Just more race. Just
More
get us more
problematic.
canceled. Yeah.
We need a little melodrama.
I'm
love it.
1/16 Native American. I can basically do anything. So-
Yeah. Okay.
Are
As
you though?
you're just like
I got told that too, and I'm like, whiter than the day is long.
No, I am.
So are you,
I'm
Rachel.
a Scuggy Creek, bitch. I'm a Scuggy Nation of Florida, bitch.
Shit. My
Okay.
grandpa told us that, but I think he just liked wearing moccasins.
He's like, I'm just gonna appropriate on it.
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck.
That's what I do with my sneakers. All right, we got two guests. Are you ready for this hot? Okay, so
They're gonna
next
say
to me,
auga.
auga. No, next to me isn't a auga kind of a lady. It's Rachel Rowan.
Auga.
And the hilarious and funny. I don't even bear.
Justin.
What's your fucking
I love
last name?
Justin,
No,
what's
I know
your
it's
last-
Justin, but Justin, I've never known your last name, which
Yeah,
is
you
which is
have.
on
Weird
my
because
own.
most people usually know me by only my last name. Usually
Bear?
it's Cupo. No, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bear is
yeah.
my
Cupo.
1/16th Indian name. So
Yeah, that's what I gave him.
That means
Only
fat dick.
Yeah. And that's the part of her that's Indian, is her vagina. She's like, that's the
Definitely.
one that counts.
Wide pussy,
That's what-
fat dick.
That's why I keep putting Indian hair up there. Just
It's a
likes to
match
give me
made in
Arrowhead.
natural.
a match made in reservation heaven. It's beautiful.
Yes. Actually, he's Italian and Irish, so I'm.
Oh, hello. How are you not from Delco? And you're from Florida.
surprisingly, I'm the first person in my family to be born in Florida. Everyone else is from North Philly.
Okay, I was going to say. I'm like, yeah. You sound more like me and Ryan than
My
anybody
family
else.
goes there for rehab.
and I just naturally fit in.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just gets it.
Oh, I get it.
Florida's just my vibe.
Yeah, Florida is a vibe, and it totally is your vibe.
So you guys met in Florida.
Right?
Yes.
And I met you guys because me and Rachel were on a show together. And we had a
Yes.
fun time.
That was a fun time.
And but you also, I think you started with a couple of friends of mine from New York, right? Because you knew like Luca, like you knew a bunch of those Florida
The Florida
people.
people.
Yeah. I think did we talk about Florida people that we knew?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I've seen. What was this? I saw
Swamp
you
people.
3 years ago
It was
once.
at the free
Yeah.
house.
and then you just let this wild woman just
Damn.
go out by herself because you're like a productive human.
Yeah.
It seems like.
Peggy just says that because he has a flannel on.
How are you nailing it right now? You're nailing it.
You're killing it.
Literally nailing it.
No, for real, that's exactly what happened. He actually has a good job, and he
Yeah, I
provides
fell into the
for me.
trap of having a good job, and that's never good. For
And then
anything.
you fell in the trap of her delicious pussy.
Yeah.
I'm
That
so
happened.
sorry.
A long
Good
time
one.
ago.
I don't know
I
why.
thought you were going to have a bear trap joke there. You completely fumbled.
That's what my pussy is, a bear trap.
Yeah, everybody loves roast beef. Am I right?
It's
I
very
don't
easy
mind
to
it.
get your foot stuck in Rachel's vagina. That's all I'm saying.
If I had $1 for every moccasin I lost, then that pussy.
Hey, don't be afraid of big vaginas, okay, everybody? They're beautiful.
We love all vaginas on this show,
Yeah, we're into small and big.
except for minority vaginas. Oh, minor vaginas, not
Yeah, I
minority
was gonna
vaginas.
say one's a problem. One is definitely should not be a problem.
Woo, doggy. I think I always started off too
We like
hot.
pussies of any race or creed on this show.
You
They
need
just
like
better be of age.
you need like one of those like gauges of whether or not it's got too hot already.
Yeah. Ooh, can we have a pussy? Is it a tiny little shelly pussy or is it
Just
kitten?
steam
Fucking-
This pussy's too young.
How
We just did a
tight
pressure
is it?
test on it.
Oh, I was thinking about that the other day. Remember how prevalent that saying was? Like, if it was grass on the field, play ball.
Play ball.
Yeah, great Dina Hashem joke as well. Shout out to my baby girl Dina.
I've never heard that joke.
That's on my family crest.
Yeah. She's Muslim woman of descent. Is that how you say it? Descent?
Of Muslim descent.
Muslim
She's a
descended
Muslim
from a
woman
long
of
lineage.
descent.
That's different.
You just gave her genus and species.
She descended down from Muslim.
No, but her
Darwin
joke,
is confused.
She married into Muslims.
She's an ascending Muslim.
her joke
Married
is
into Muslims, the sitcom. It's coming out. Check us out on ABC Summer 2020. 22, sorry.
I would like to see you in that. That would be perfect for
Oh,
you.
honestly,
I'm the
writing
token gay.
that. I'm writing that sitcom. It's you married to Dina, and you just have to hang out with her very conservative Muslim family.
Yeah.
Can we get a blue-collar gay wigger on the show?
Oh, goodness.
All right, we came in too hot. Everybody,
Too hot.
this
People
is
have
purely
turned it
sexual.
off. If you've turned it off, I understand. If you're still listening, welcome.
You're a sweet, sweet human being.
Peggy always morphs into her NPR voice. 10 minutes in.
She's like, it is all right.
Ready balls?
Has anyone read any books on tape lately?
Well, he's very well read. He listens to so many podcasts. It's insane.
That's not reading, but I like you. This is why we're twins. We're both
He's
like,
one of those ear
you
readers.
listen-
I've convinced her that podcasts are reading.
Babe, I'm
And it
reading a
worked.
book. It's Come Town. Okay.
I'm in the trenches right now.
They have a podcast called Come Town.
Yeah.
What
Ben
is it?
Shapiro's
Rachel.
talking about
I
whack.
really need to
Goddamn
get
it.
into podcasts now. I did not know.
Yeah, it's a bunch of like New York comics. They're very funny. Come down. But
Hit it up.
This is out of
Honestly,
control.
that's what you do on this podcast, right?
I knew this was what was going to happen when we brought Rachel on.
we installed 2 e-brakes over here. Mine's broken.
Yeah.
Like, do we call her? I don't know.
No, honestly, I was like, who last minute would get drunk with us on a Tuesday?
I was like, yo, Rachel Rowan all
Yeah.
day.
Ryan goes, it was like literally yesterday morning. It's like,
I was like, dude, Rachel Rowan,
and
how
I
have we
was
not
like-
thought of this?
I was like, how the fuck has she not been on already?
Slipped under the radar.
And then you were like, can I bring my boyfriend on? I'm like, even better. I want
Will
to
you
know
guys
how
fuck on
someone.
camera?
Yeah. What
How
is
is someone still with you? I honestly don't know.
that is this actually we brought Justin on because he has something to say.
I'm
Oh
gay.
my god. That would blow my fucking mind. I'm not even gonna lie.
And by that just means she's gonna take the gun out of her fanny pack and
No,
kill
by-
herself.
By that I mean the fact that he would get up and do something without me having to help him do it.
Right?
Shots fired. I wish we had a sound effect. Pew.
I'm going to bring a cap gun in.
Oh, you don't need sound effects. Pew pew. You don't need them.
No, I think we do. I think we do.
Yeah, I was gonna say we might.
Oh, yeah.
I happen to
Funk
find some
flex.
stuff.
Somebody freestyle.
Wait, every time Rachel interrupts Justin, you have to do that.
Got it.
So just keep it on loop. It's
Just play it for the next hour. All right, guys, we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
That is one of our biggest fights.
That you like to shoot him?
No, that I like to interrupt him.
Oh.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she would punch me in the face if she could, though. If I was just like, go ahead, go for it. I think.
I
she
mean,
would
what do you
punch me
mean
in
by
the face.
would? The fact that she hasn't is crazy to me because honestly, of the only 2 people
It's
in
only when I'm on the
Philadelphia that people are
vodka.
like, who are the 2 girls in the Philadelphia comedy scene that would definitely punch the people they love the most? And it would definitely be me and you.
Well, his asshole is raw a lot because I try and stick my fingers up there all the time,
Damn.
pants on or off. So
Hell
It's
yeah.
on the tries.
He's like, I'm making pork roll.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
I know, I'm like, I don't care.
You're like, I'm trying to get your pork roll, baby boy. Yeah, I'll make it tiny enough to fit in that little tiny butthole of
Yeah,
yours.
give me that butthole.
Listen,
That's what happens when you move to Port Richmond. You start getting fingered and won't admit
Yeah.
it. That's actually grown of you.
Don't
You
even
gotta do
say that
something while you're
because
stuck
we,
Yeah,
inside.
if you say that on record in Port Richmond, you'll get stoned to death by next week.
I was gonna say, don't even say that. We
This
live
is
in
a
between
Polish neighborhood.
We live in between a church and a school
and a child is what I thought you were going to say. We
You
live
wanna
between
finger
a
an asshole, it
church
better be
and
under
a child.
14.
and
Yeah.
a traumatized child.
As long as the people in Port Richmond can stand upright for long enough to put a finger in the asshole.
Like all that
Honestly-
kielbasa going through the veins.
Got to be honest, bent over is easier to get in, you know?
That's true.
Don't
I
gotta tell
like it
me,
when he
sister.
lays down. I'm just like, oh, getting it in.
Oh,
You
God.
prone bone him?
I thought we were going to ease into how you guys fuck, but let's go. First question. I'm just kidding. That's just your fun.
That's just our good time.
If anyone's not watching, Justin is visibly uncomfortable.
Welcome
That's
to
just
Port
his
Richmond,
natural
Roseanne,
state. Yeah,
everybody.
Wait, actually,
Natural state.
someone recently was like, dude, Rachel's so funny. She reminds me of early Roseanne. And I'm like, that's also crazy that you know what early Roseanne is.
And that's also crazy because I have a joke that's just like that. Where I literally say, someone once told me I looked like I was a hot Roseanne bar. And that's the joke. And everybody laughs at it. And I don't literally have to say nothing else.
I love him.
Thank you. Good night.
I'm like,
Blow your brains out, the gun out of your mini person.
and that guy who first said it to me was a fucking bouncer. And I was like, all right, thanks, man.
And his name was Justin.
It was the night we met.
That's how we met.
He's like, I was actually about to slip you something.
I thought I was negging her, but she took it as a compliment.
You're blowing me right now? This is
Actually,
crazy.
we do have a good meet cute. We didn't meet this time, but this is the first
I'm
time.
glad we don't have to interview you guys. Rachel, just steer however you want this interview to go.
It's like a white trash. You just
Honestly,
wind her up. Like,
Rachel is
You have
me
no
and
idea.
Ryan combined as a human.
just let her punch herself out.
When a white trash person is born in Florida and moves to Philly and they find themselves in us, that's who you are. That's
Every
that
time
didn't
I'm an
make any
18th Indian.
Every time a white trash person is born, you can hear a spittoon. Ba-doom.
I don't have that sound effect.
Yes.
That just
Yeah.
reminded me.
I don't think anyone does.
That just reminded me of. Did you ever see the Wild
just
and
in my
Wonderful
memories.
Whites of West Virginia?
Oh yeah, I've heard of the show.
Oh
Yeah,
my!
yeah,
Did you ever see that? The Johnny Knoxville documentary, The Wild Wonderful Whites of West Virginia. Dude, it's
Oh,
so
no.
funny. But there's
That
a
sounds
clip in that. It's like I mean, it's amazing.
I think
It's the trashiest thing.
It's the history. It's
But
the
there's
sisters
one,
of the traveling.
There's that one part. This guy's sitting there with his mom, and they're like all alcoholic pill addicts, and he's like, "You want to hear the Boone County mating call?"
Yep.
And he has a jar of Perk 30s, and he
just
shakes them.
And the best is like there's like one young kid who's just like, I could do that with anything. Hold on.
What are you talking about? That's the Central Florida mating call, too. I don't know what you're talking about. We started that shit. We
Where-
began the pill popping era.
And that's why
Rep
you
'em.
guys are the state
That's
capital of rehab. So that's great.
The state capital. I know you're going for that.
Listen, yikes. All right.
Yeah, they put it on our license plates.
Honestly, I wish I didn't come here late because I needed to take a moment before I started talking to Rachel, and I didn't. And
didn't
now
have
I'm
time
just
to
going to be
decompress.
giggle.
I
Now I'm
think
just
it's
going to
fine.
be giggling the hallway.
Justin, what are you up to? You just-
I know.
I don't even know what is supposed to happen right now. Is this the podcast? Is this what the podcast is?
Rachel, how is it living with her? Is it sick?
It's a lot like this, you know. I kind of just goad her into talking shit, and then
And beat the shit out.
yeah,
She's like the Energizer bunny. You wound her up, and then when
Yeah.
she dies, you're like, whew, thank God she fell asleep.
And this is after I've talked to my psychiatrist.
He's like, I actually unpacked. Usually I have tambourines. It's usually great.
Well, now she wakes up before me too, so I'll look up and she'll just be staring down at me, like with 3 things prepared to be like, "Yo, do you know about this? Listen to this." And I'm like, okay. And she's like, "Why don't you care as much as I do right now?" And I'm like, "I just opened my eyes. I don't care about anything."
I feel like she just spins a revolver. Dee Mao! Dee Mao!
Honestly, this is why we say when we met each other, we relate so.
Yeah.
Because I love that you've figured out how to be that crazy in a relationship because I haven't. But I definitely have that same energy. I wake up hot. Like I wake up
He's
ready
like, I
to
look
fight.
up to Rachel.
I look up to
Literally.
Rachel. I'm like, man, you're wearing a skirt.
I'm
That's crazy.
I'm not trying to like boast his fucking head or anything, but honest to God,
Yeah,
I really
why do you? Yeah, I just want you to blow it. You know.
Yeah.
I just want you to boast my head.
I'm not trying to, but the fact that he can deal with it is very impressive because many men have not been able to.
I like how you were just like, I don't want to compliment him, but he can deal with it.
And you're like, that's a
I don't know
base
how
level.
he's done it. God damn.
Somebody
day's
get this
a
man a
victory.
medal.
He's a beautiful man, and I love him to death.
No, and honestly, that's what we can tell.
And I cut his hair today.
Did you? Yo, it looks good.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's not bad. She saved me a lot of money over the years. It's worked out. It's been beneficial.
Bought me shears for Christmas.
He's like, hopefully this is the only thing you open for a while.
I bought her good shears, okay? Because she
Yeah,
was
they were.
complaining about the other ones that weren't as good. So I was like, all right, let me get you good
What
shears.
did you buy her originally?
Like
Bad-
Walmart
bad
shears?
ones?
Suck cut. It sucks.
But I was like, it's your
Cut.
hair, whatever, man.
They were like serrated kid scissors. You can barely even squeeze
I thought
them
it was
together.
like a plug-in Black & Decker chainsaw. You ever see it?
That's what we first did. It was weird.
It's like,
Holy
it's
shit.
just a hunting knife,
Okay.
you know?
All right.
I'm a Renaissance woman. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, yeah, that's a fun way to say what you are. Okay.
Meaning
Some
I'm
people
crazy.
call it
together for
retarded.
So
a
wait,
year.
yeah,
I think
okay,
I heard
yeah.
that. Have you heard
no,
that?
it's definitely longer than a year because
thought it was
I've
a year.
known you for longer than a year.
Wait, what now?
When did you move to Philly?
We moved in June 7th.
When did the Eagles win the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
It was
2018.
Yeah, it was
What-
2018.
It was
Peggy, take her
2018, but
attack.
after that.
Yeah.
It was after the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
No, I know, because that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I think it was that summer or whatever
Yeah.
when I met you. Yeah,
You were hyped up
I was hyped up.
and drunk a lot. And I think it was because the season.
I mean, that's
the
a
Eagles
pot
won
calling the
Super-
kettle black.
But no,
bitch.
but it
but
was-
okay.
She's
But-
like, you're more fucked up than I was.
I was, and that's why I connected with her because she
Yeah,
was the
I
only
was too
one.
drunk. I didn't even notice, and this person just kept hitting me, and I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "I think we're friends." I'm like, "Okay, cool. That's all I needed."
Show me your tits, nerd.
Yeah.
I
It was
will.
intense, but it was awesome, and I love it.
I think the first time I met you was at I think somebody said something about Grape Room, and they were like, "Oh, book Rachel, I hate you up." I was like, "Yo, come do it."
Oh,
And you're fucking chugging vodka out of a water bottle, and then you go up and
Yeah.
you're like, "Ryan looks like every Disney villain."
That's how I
this chick
make
rules.
friends. That's why everybody loves me so much.
By the way, that night he was like, "Isn't Rachel Rowan the
was
best?"
like,
And
this
then
shit
we
rules.
booked you the next day. I was like, "I've been telling you about this bitch for a while." First of all, okay, all right, we're gonna slow it down.
Let's slow it down.
Let's slow it down.
Let's take a nice slow dance.
So
Rain dropping off a tin roof.
the first time I met you, we did kind of fall in love, and then you both were on a show with me at Virginia Freehouse.
Yes.
And that was fun.
Virginia Freehouse, Victoria.
Victoria.
Well, Victoria.
You thought you were wrong.
I second guessed
Victoria.
myself, and everybody got quiet. I was like,
West
"What
Mini
is
anxiety.
this?"
Mini anxiety attack.
We changed it to Virginia because we were like, "Fuck Victoria."
Virginia.
That seems that seems too like
Fuck that
I don't
British
know.
bitch.
Yeah.
Took on a plantation vibe after
yeah,
that.
yeah. No, but I feel like we all like had a good time. I think Lucas Connolly were there. Luke, you know Lucas, right? I feel like
Maybe.
we've talked about it. All right,
He
well,
might.
I'm more of
cut
a face
this out.
guy than a name guy.
But I do remember
You don't
you
wanna see
guys
that face.
connecting on the people from Florida, though, and I can't remember who it was, and it must have been somebody like that. But yeah, I remember you guys having a convo. We were convoing it up. It was fun.
That's how combos work.
Yeah.
We were
So
having a combo.
here we were.
all like
we were
talking.
just convoing it up.
You threw some words, I threw some words.
Yeah, I juggled them a little
He threw
bit.
2 or 3. And he just,
I don't really have conversations. I just like riff until people are done with me, and then I'm like, okay, I'll go away.
let's go home. I'm gonna go riff at you.
Okay, so let's bring it back because I do want to know what is your cute me cute, and Rachel, I'm gonna ask this.
Maybe you should ask Justin.
Yeah,
No,
you talk.
yeah, what I'm saying
You
is
tell it. You
Justin
tell it.
tells the story, and then I want to hear what Rachel's version is because I'm pretty sure Justin's probably more accurate. And Rachel's just like, I was doing a bar,
Anyway, this guy's balls deep in me. I look up at him.
Yeah.
and he was like, I love you, and you were like, okay, I'm here for it.
I've been living with you for 6 months.
Yeah.
All right, wait,
It's-
okay, all right. The loud
So-
people will be quiet. Justin, you go.
So it was at a open mic competition in a basement in St. Petersburg, Florida. So me and Rachel, we both do our thing. We both
Awesome
know we have
place.
pretty good
Shut
sets.
down. It's an
right?
awesome
They bring everybody up at the end of the night, like the top 4 or whatever, and they're like, who wins? You know, blah, blah, blah. And we said ahead of time, if we win, we're going to use the money to split a bag of Coke. And then
I mean, this is
Wait a second.
then-
When
Can
I tell
just
you my nuts
interject?
just tingled.
I mean, honestly, I gotta be honest. This should have been our first episode of Lovable Monsters. I'm like, this is the way love should be.
welcome back.
Welcome back. I did coke with my boo this week.
yeah.
I broke it,
It
up
was
for
free.
you.
It was
Loser.
We're pulling on those heartstrings,
He was like,
baby.
what do I do with this rock? I was like, give it to me.
I just
cute.
know what to do.
Yeah.
I feel like I showed someone how to open a locket.
Honestly, I gotta say, if that is not,
Like
if
the
I,
Dave Chappelle thing with the crack.
it's fun when you retell a story and you're laughing the whole time. Everybody loves that.
I love that.
Okay, wait. So, all right. So,
So,
you
yeah.
guys get brought up. Are you of the top 4 or no?
Yeah.
When can I interject? Is when I put
When he's
I
done.
want to
he's
see how
done.
she remembers it because I won the competition, but I said that we would. I know that I know she's going to disagree, but I know that because I won.
That's why would you think I was?
Hey, this is a timeout. You go, Justin.
You're in timeout.
You're in
And
timeout.
then
Take her mic.
So and then we were like, well, we'd already made this plan. If one of us wins it, then we're going to split it on a bag of Coke. We split it on a bag of Coke.
But at this point,
And
you had
then-
already texted your family and be like, I fell in love with the girl of my dreams.
I think I met her.
Well, the funny thing is, we didn't. She was. This Rachel in Philly came like a long way from the Rachel in Florida. Like, cause she was new when I met her in Florida, and I had been doing it for like 3 or 4
I was
years.
worse.
So I was like an old head on the scene. So she came along. and then yeah. So Rachel's like, she is, she's Rachel. And then we kind of just like over time hanging out at open mics, we eventually were just like, okay, yeah, you're pretty cool. And then it took a bag of Coke to fully.
Tame.
That's the white trash engagement
Yeah.
ring.
So you
No, you wanna
guys.
go on
It broke
a
down a
date?
lot of barriers.
Wait, I knew. Okay, so you knew each other before the competition. Right. I'm gonna break this down.
Yes.
Okay. So and then you guys were probably flirting a little bit.
Can I just say it? Can I just tell it? Because he's right, most of it. But he's right. But there's a whole preliminary.
What if she didn't say anything else? She's like, he's right. It's most of it.
Here's where he's.
Okay.
But it was angel dust.
But yeah. we actually
I'll tell you right now, we've been up since.
we actually don't
We've
know
been
what
up
it was.
for 4 years.
We actually don't know what it was because I got strep throat from it somehow. So that was a weird
Stripped her
twist.
from what?
Cocaine. It was a.
I think it was from the straw.
It could have been.
Oh shit!
Who really?
Listen,
Is that?
Daddy's been around the block.
I don't know. Oh, if you like, you know how
What if you're
the
just doing it with yourself?
Ryan's like a connoisseur.
Cultures can start in that straw.
Florida's the key bump state though, so we don't really use straws too much. It's
I'll tell you right now, there was
That's
probably a
true.
slushy been through that straw. Those fruits get to working in there. And
So basically, what happened is I was fucking his friend, and this is true. And we were just doing the whole thing where it's like, oh, we don't really
We
care.
really
about
are the same person.
Peggy's like, I like this guy. I think I'm gonna fuck his friend. Why doesn't he like me?
Well, I
Why doesn't he like me?
I knew him, and I knew it was his friend. I knew him, but we had hung out, but we didn't know we were gonna like each other or anything. But I was fucking his friend, and his friend wasn't my type or anything. I just, it was one of those.
he was an
things.
established
You're
dude,
alone.
and she was a first year comic.
You guys are lovable monsters south.
Yeah, honestly, I know. I think we have to do every month. We just re-up with you guys. Just- yeah.
Welcome to SEC champs. Fuck Alabama.
You know when you love
That's
something,
what
you
I've
let
been
it go
saying
and
this
fuck
whole
its friend.
time. This whole time I've been saying Philly is basically just North Florida. But anyways,
Florida with flurries, baby.
yeah, exactly.
And cheesesteak.
And cheesesteak. And cheesesteak. You have to add the cheesecake because it's delicious.
Cheesesteak. She's psychopath.
She's like
Just
Cheesecake Factory.
you gotta remember a cheesesteak.
I love the Cheesecake Factory,
You like
too,
a
okay.
cheesesteak? You like a
course you
cheesesteak?
I know.
No, I meant it's a white trash establishment.
Wow.
Listen,
never been.
Wow.
He's not wrong. I
Cheesecake
do love
Factory.
it.
It's where people put on button ups and pretend that they're fancy.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
It's like
it's
where
the-
poor people go about last night.
It's Florida
Okay.
fancy. It's Florida fancy
Yeah.
cheesesteak. Florida fancy.
It's like, wear your pants. You're going to the Cheesecake
I
Factory.
said cheesesteak.
Put on your fucking character.
Yeah, you better wear non-flip-flops because we go into
Yeah.
the
Put on my
cheesecake
communion pants. I'm
factory.
28.
We put on real
Where's that suit
shoes
you got?
at the Cheesecake Factory.
Put on the hard bottoms.
hard bottoms.
Hard
bottoms. That's good.
Okay, so you're
So I was
fucking his best friend.
and his friend was like,
was it his
"Listen,
best friend?
No,
No.
but it was a guy that put him on and put him on shows a lot and stuff like that. So, anyways, his friend told me I can't.
So
have
you were
sex
fucking
with
a
him.
booker, is what you're telling us.
No, because
He had a lot of
was
sway in the
comedian,
scene.
too. He
He's
had a lot of sway in the scene.
7-8 years
Caleb.
in. He was headlining and
I
stuff.
was picking and choosing my
You're better than I
pussy knows how
was.
to
my
make friends.
fires. No, I was,
Don't you quote my joke at me.
No, I was just
And
lonely.
rage.
I was just lonely. No, but he was cool. Whatever.
That's what pussy having friends means. Okay, keep going. I'm sorry.
We need to get the vodka down. We need to get the vodka down.
We should have been on opposite sides. You should never put me and Rachel on the same side.
I know. I'm like, I want to lick at you.
You're at the firing range. We're gonna kill you guys
No,
to
we're
finish this.
So, anyways,
Beautiful.
his friend told me straight up that he's like, you can't have, if we're gonna have sex, you can't have sex with any of my friends, but we're not exclusive. But you can't have sex with any of my friends, like Justin or blah 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 blah. I didn't hear anything else.
They call that a pussy. That's what we call that.
So I was like, hey, Justin, no, but I
You started
Essentially.
texting Justin right away.
Yo, this guy's a fag, right?
no, but
I mean, throws a football weird, not gay.
within the next week, we had that competition, which was true. And before the competition went up, I saw that he was there, and he never came to Iberian Rooster, which R.I.P. It was a really good fucking venue. They closed down.
The Iberian Rooster.
R.I.P. to
Yeah.
Iberian Rooster.
It was a Portuguese
Oh, I thought you said
restaurant.
Iberian Rooster.
That's how we said it.
Sounds like a biker and his wife.
Yeah, it was a weird
Iberian
place.
Rooster, they were the best.
It was actually cool. They had a contest every
They made
week.
basement wine. It was the shit.
So we did the contest, and I went up to him, and I was like, if you want, and we both win, or we both get, one gets runner-up and one wins, then we'll get Coke together. And he agreed. So, yes, I am the asshole. that-
Okay, wait. Love that.
Do you
Time out.
mind if we
Okay, you're
dance
in,
with your dates?
all right, Rachel, you're in timeout, and you have to look at me.
All right.
Don't look at Justin. Don't scare him into saying the right thing.
Okay.
Before that, were you already like, is there a reason why your friend said you can't fuck Justin? Like, did you already kind of want to fuck Rachel?
We'd never really interacted. Like, I'd only met her a handful of times, and she
No.
mostly.
So was her
So,
just
yes.
aggressively coming up and being like, do you want to do coke with me? That you were like, this is my beauty queen.
She caught me at the
I'm
perfect
his
time in
muse.
my coke doing career to where I was like, yeah, let's just do it. Yeah, whatever. What the fuck? Let's do it. And then
You're like, first time.
yeah.
And then we melded.
And then we
You're
did
in
ecstasy
timeout
about
still.
a week after that, and that really sealed the deal. Oh God.
Just breaks the
Oh
TV.
jeez.
I felt it,
Honestly,
at least.
okay.
Unlike your dick. God damn it.
No, I love this story because
No, this is amazing.
this is exactly what you want. Like you want you want this.
Yeah, it
This
was
is-
actually really cool.
Yeah, it's weirdly romantic. I guess in our world, it's the most
Yeah, in
romantic
our
story there could
all
be.
of our world.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's amazing.
No, seriously, because I hated Coke, and I hadn't done Coke since I before I was doing comedy. I wasn't doing anything like that anymore. And then I got into
Anymore.
it.
You know, I hated it. I mean, I had a rough couple early years,
I had
but
a
then
rough-
I
After I got off
stopped
the
it.
road with the Dixie Chicks,
had
I
a
was
rough
like, I need to
senior
chill.
year. I had a rough high school senior year.
Yeah.
So
Sweat it out for a couple years.
Listen, you win prom queen, Jacksonville. It's time to pump the brakes.
listen, I'm a total fuck up. So I'm gonna tell you right now. But
Welcome.
You know us. We're
I'm
very
digging it.
accomplished.
But I'm digging it.
We've done this podcast for 15 years, and we have about 30 podcasts.
Yeah, we've been on a bender.
Shout
We're
out
taking
to
a
the
4-month
30.
hiatus.
shout out to all the 30 right now.
Ryan's got gout again. We gotta take it easy.
The rich man's disease.
So, okay.
One of my ex-girlfriend's dads had that. I was like, you guys are balling, huh?
Yeah,
Fuck, you
can I
got a
borrow
jet
some
ski
money?
and gout?
I'm sure I didn't know you were royalty.
I know you won the lottery. Gout and 2 jet skis.
Okay, so you guys meet like this. You guys do some fun cocaine. Did you do cocaine
Fun
that
cocaine.
night?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it. Because
Did,
downtown
you
St.
didn't
Pete
fuck
is
up?
How much money did you win in the competition?
$50 enough to
He
buy.
won $50 bucks.
bags.
I won a $25
Oh, yeah, that's right. They gave
bar
us-
card.
Did you have any
I
fat?
thought it was going to be like 300 and 300. I was like, you guys got 2 balls?
Yeah, no. We got like a half G.
Yeah.
I don't understand drug math. Okay, don't confuse me. Okay, I like regular
Hey, you
math.
think it's
got a G.
$4,000 a night?
I think,
Yeah, it was $1,800. No, we got a G.
I sold my
yeah, I think it
Denali.
was 50 a G. I
Yeah,
don't even
50
remember at this
It was
point
50
anymore.
a G because it's St. Pete and it has
Half of that's meth.
yeah, no, half of it's fucking.
Baby
Like, why am I
laxative.
laxative?
Baby
Yeah.
laxative.
I did a line and started taking the TV apart. Coke's great. I'm like,
You do a line, you just shit instantly.
It'd be pink sometimes. That's how you know.
I'm
if
gonna pull
it
my
was-
tooth out this morning.
Or you get strep throat, which is what happened to me.
Hell yes.
All right, so you guys do coke. Do you guys fuck that night?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it was.
She pretended to resist like the entire night. She's like, I'm not gonna fuck you. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not
Honestly,
gonna
I'm
fuck you.
great.
I feel like she was saying, "You're not gonna fuck me," putting a gun to her
Yeah,
head.
yeah.
Oh, I hate this. This sucks.
She's like,
I'm not gonna fuck you, right? Like that.
I love a girl that's cutting lines, being like, I'm not gonna fuck you.
Yeah, that's basically how it
Right?
was.
We're gonna use my key bump, but
How'd you get a mirror out of your purse?
She's like, we're just gonna
just
do this, and I'm
shards.
gonna go home, and we're
It
not
has
gonna have sex.
it has rip-off condoms on the mirror.
There's like a dispenser in my car. Fuck it. No, it was actually pretty cool. We did the whole coke thing where you do it and you like talk about everything in the world that's possibly going on and how you're gonna fix it, and then you fuck. So
There is a problem in Iraq. You want to start a business? Figure it out. I swear to God, if we brought karaoke to the Middle East, I think everybody would
everybody
chill.
fine. Everybody fine.
there is an opening in the market for melting bras. I'm telling you. It's like what?
And you're like, I don't know, but I like you talking to me.
I like it.
Honestly, though, can we be honest? When you are coked up, that is when you do know. Like, even though the next day you're like, what the fuck did we talk about?
Yeah.
There are people in the world that you gravitate towards that you're like, oh, yeah, I'll listen to your dumb business now forever. I don't want to hear about this fucking dude who's half hitting on me, half telling me about his bike.
You tell me about one more movie I gotta see, I'm gonna cave your fucking head in because I do have a machete. I don't.
I always found the
coked
people
up
that I
man with a
didn't like to
machete.
talk to were the most interesting when I was on coke because I could experience like the little things that
yeah.
I would just be like, no, fuck this
Well,
dude.
there's
But
also-
then it's like,
There, that's true.
There's
yeah,
also
yeah.
the problem with
You
coke.
seem
is,
like a nicer guy than the
so
three of us.
nice.
Nobody
So
wants to
nice.
admit the problem with coke is that if you're an emotionally fucked up person, you can only be emotionally vulnerable if you're coked up.
yeah,
Yeah, he
not
has
always
no
true.
emotions unless he's on cocaine.
yeah.
Heard that, sister.
It's like the opposite. Like
Do you know
for
how
me,
many
Peggy
times?
got me to admit I was depressed when coked up. I was like,
Wait.
God damn.
The best is this was like height of quarantine. Him and Zoe are doing something, and like 4 hours, like they had both been like FaceTiming me, whatever. Like we couldn't see each other at the point, and they're both like, "We're gonna see each other next week," and like we did end up doing that. But then like 3 hours later, I just got like a paragraph from Ryan about how much he
She's
loved
like, yeah,
me.
you're gay.
And I got like it was like literally like points of like, this is why I love you.
Bullet
like
point.
you saw me who I
1A,
was.
1A,
I was like,
1AB, 1AC.
First of all, never
My
seen
dad doesn't
you.
love me.
and it's like
Sonnet?
otherwise you hate writing, but this time you're like being like you have grammar and
Oh,
shit.
it's crazy. I was
using
like, I can
semicolons.
read
And
it.
then I have a haiku.
I think I called you and I was like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, like-
and then like I hear Zoe in the background like, "No, he just is really happy that he loves you." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. I thought you were about to kill yourself." I'm
Putting
like,
fishnets on in the
yeah,
kitchen.
yeah. Zoe's like, "All right, yeah. Go talk to your best friend. I'm gonna go fuck you in the butt later." She's strapping on a peg. I'll
dare
pay.
you.
Nice.
No, but like, no, it is serious. It is funny though, because it's like when that happens, you're like, because I wasn't obviously coked up. I was definitely drunk because it's me, and I like read it, and I like got teary eyed at first, like, oh wow, Ryan really does love me. He's the only one who really loves me. And then he said one extra thing where I was like, oh fuck this motherfucker. He's definitely on cocaine.
Listen, I love you. You're the best. I think you'll die alone, but
No, it's even worse than that. It would be like, he's like, I know you think you'll die alone, but trust me, me and whoever I'm dating will be right there next to you. I'm like, that is wildly
That's
more
the
I'll
offensive.
thing I've
hold your
ever-
melanoma infested hand.
honestly-
Slip into the afterlife.
That is more offensive that your best friend's like, because he also, when he gets real cooked up, he loves to be like, you know, nobody will ever love you. And
When
I'm
you
like,
die, I will-
what? I'm like, what? You tell me you love me all the time. He's like, no, I know. I am the
I'm a good
only
person.
human. I'm the only human that'll ever love you.
Listen, I met your family. They hate me. But when you die, I will put Bud Light caps on your eyes when you cross the river.
If it is fucking Bud Light, I will fucking come back and haunt you. Those better be a little Curse Light.
Coors Light.
Coors
yeah.
Light.
Coors Light on the ice, and then just
As
like
you cross the river.
and then just like a row, and then just a row of PBR, like just like fucking nubs. What are they called?
Yeah, I love how he's. I
Ponies?
love how he's not like, oh, I'll take care of you when you're old if you have no one to love you. He's like, no one will love you, and you will die.
You can live in my shed.
And that's what I was like. I was like, you're coked up. And he's like, why would you say that? I just love you. I'm like, you just basically said I'll
It's
die
9
alone.
a.m.
Yeah, it's not. I'm going to work, Ryan. You have off. The rest of the world is off. I work at a funeral home.
You
so
can live in the shed out back of my wife's home.
That's
you
awesome.
have
you,
said
you
things
still
like that.
do that.
But also, Zoe and him both do that. Like right before I probably started dating this guy, they both
another
had like a
drink?
heart to heart with me, where
Yes.
they were like, Peg, it's okay. We'll accept whoever you bring. And I'm like, what's that mean? And like, I'm like, this is really Zoe being like, I need a friend because the two of you get into a corner of comedy that I don't give a fuck. So can you please date some sort of beta man that I can at least talk to in the corner about something, like at all? Like, it is so crazy though. But no, yeah, Coke really does bring out the best in people.
brings you together.
Not at all.
You know,
I mean,
it brings
only
it
monsters
brings you
like us.
Yeah, it brings you together in a way that you're never gonna care about again. Like, you're like, I remember when I wake up and I'm like, God, what did we talk about? I don't even fucking care. I'm never gonna care about that conversation. I'm never gonna think about. I don't even know what we said.
Honestly, though, I think that's a part of it. A
Yeah.
little bit is that like. What he meant is like when you aren't somebody who can actually say the thing you want to say, I don't have that problem. And that's why I think it's funny. Like, I don't have that problem. I'm like you. I wake up and I'm like, don't you think Britney Spears is amazing? And people are like, I just fucking woke up.
Leave me alone.
Yeah. But like, Ryan, it does take. And that's why I know it's genuine. Because then
I
once.
take amounts of drugs.
Once in a while, we'd be like on the road and he'd be like, hey, you remember like 4 weeks ago when I hit you up and I said I loved you? I do believe that. And I'm like, I know, bud. I know. It's weirder now. I like it better when you're on Coke. I'm
like
also
your
weird.
accent for him. Your accent for him.
I'm like
gets so
choking
deep.
down. You should know.
Grandfather's like the kid's mother. Just not like, it's gonna be all right.
Dude,
son,
I am
man."
so bad with emotions. Like, I'm the worst. My aunt died, who was like my favorite aunt. And everybody in my family's like freaking out. I was like, I'm going to go to Wawa and buy her a pack of cigarettes. I panicked so bad. I went in and got her a pack of Salem's and just put it in the casket and left.
Oh yeah, you want to hear
I
this?
can't do it, dude.
My favorite uncle killed himself. Okay,
Congrats.
Shotgun to the face.
Great
In
podcast
his
material.
I'm pretty sure that was the first thing she told me when we met. I swear to God, the first open mic, she was like,
Honestly,
"Yeah, my
I
uncle just
was
killed
wondering
me."
why you
wanna
got so
split-
excited. I saw a little chub happen.
You want to
Your
split a
dick
bag
just
of
got a little
Coke?
hard.
Because if you don't, my uncle, who I take after, Blackfoot Indian, blew his brains out with a musket.
What's fucked up is I'm so fucked up about any kind of death or anything that's like awkward or weird, that when that happened I put online, I was like, is it weird that the first thing I did when I heard that my uncle killed himself, and I was like, oh, there goes my week. And my mom's like,
That's
you
what I-
should probably take that down. And I'm like,
Guys, I had a happy hour tomorrow. For Christ's sake.
You were like, honestly, that's the most honest I've ever been online.
I'm like,
I had some pussy lined up tomorrow.
I'm
is
grieving,
shameful.
Mom. I'm grieving. And she's like, grieve however you want. I'm like, okay, thanks.
Every time there's a funeral, like when I have a funeral, you're like, oh, I can get fucked up the night before. You get
Yeah.
that pity pussy and then show up lube covered.
You remind me of Will Ferrell in fucking Wedding Crasher.
Yeah. Funeral crashers.
Oh
You're
my
crashing
God.
funerals now?
Okay, so we do need to make this listenable because I do feel like this is a little bit just us having a great time at a party, which
Fuck
I
'em.
thought that's what podcasts were.
they are. I know, but I need to and I want to know this. Because this podcast really is about me. It's not about Ryan. Ryan's got his life
just
figured
hang
out.
out.
I knew it.
No, I mean, but he gets his life figured out. He's a man, so he can just like keep it down.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, were you in a lot of relationships before?
He is my fourth boyfriend.
Okay, and you.
But-
wait, shut up for a second.
Yeah, I not a lot of like 4 or 5.
That's a lot.
How old are you guys?
I've
Okay,
been in,
well, he's 7
2.
years younger
I've never
than
been in
me.
a relationship. I feel
I'm
like
28.
I'm 35.
you're
Yep.
28.
Yeah, that's
Hell
right.
yeah, brother.
How long have you guys been together?
If you're gonna date a 35-year-old, make sure they have 401k though.
Yeah.
He started dating me when I was 32,
I
though,
fucked
so that's not as hot. But whatever.
No, that's
But no, it's kind of hot because he was what? You were 24.
We like to play the fun game of where were you when I was
Yeah.
this age? Because she's 7 years older than me.
Where were you when 9/11 happened? She's like, I was actually blowing a guy in a trailer park.
I was in 9th grade, so I was doing ecstasy. Okay, I wasn't blowing anybody. I was just
I was in
rubbing
3rd
a girl's
grade.
tits that I liked.
Heard that, sister. We were just talking about when bomb threats started happening in middle school. That was like when titties first started
Yes.
hitting the market.
for you, not the market.
No, yeah, the
I love
market
how you're
for me.
like the market for me.
Yeah.
We got outside
There's
and it was
only
hot.
one
I was
market
like,
for
whoa,
you.
people have tits? This is yowza. We were finding porn in Carl's backyard. And I was like, wait, we have tits
You're like,
here?
I hope there's another bomb scare so we can go outside
Yeah, I
and see
started
the
calling
other
them in my-
girls' titties.
I started calling them in myself.
They're like, I don't care. I've
Brittany
never been-
Smith's tits are popping? This is crazy.
Yo, call another bomb threat. I need to see some of the 7th graders' tits.
I need to see
What
Sally's
retarded kid can I
tits.
blame this on? Hello, this is Jacob Masher.
I hope that's a fucking real person. Oh, damn it.
I joined too.
Jacob Masher.
He's mashing those
Your name
buttons
is
and calling that
Rachel
bomb
Rowan.
threat.
That seems like a fake name for a person who.
does.
You sound like if
I was waiting to see if she's going
Are you going to say rowboat? Because I always thought that rowboat was going to be how people made fun of me, and then they just made fun of how I was fat. So I was like, well, I was off. I was off on that one.
You know what? This also makes me like, I do think you need to get clean and sober because if you're fucking
I'm
thoughts
actually as clean and sober as I've
Fuck
ever
that.
been.
Peggy, you're booted.
No,
and
can you
sober.
let me get my what? No, the fact that as a child, before you got made fun of, you were like, I know this is how I'll be made fun of. Like I was the opposite kind of kid. I
Fuck
was
being
like,
fat. I'm going to be drunk.
yeah. I like walked into grade school like, hell yeah, I'm the most popular person in my household because I was the youngest of 6. And I walked in, and someone's just like, you fat bitch. And I was like, my life is a lie.
Teacher is so rude.
And I've been,
Teacher's an
I know I
asshole.
can't read. Why are you piling on?
I didn't know education
it
was going to
really
be a thing.
is true. No, but seriously, like people always talk about comedy chasing that like dragon. like,
Yeah.
that first.
I
I'm
just
like,
said that today.
I'm
Some people
just
talk
trying to
about
like,
crack.
I'm just trying to like
Yeah.
chase that like high of being the coolest kid in my
Yes.
house. Because I had 4 hot sisters and I knew that at a young age, and I was like, I'll never be like
She's
him.
still chasing that. She lives alone.
I've just been chasing the attention I've wanted for my mother for my whole life. So.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the same. I'm sorry, I didn't
So
know that was the same.
lucky you. Okay. No, I'm just kidding.
Listen, Bridget.
Yeah. Do you have siblings?
I do. They're actually 9 years younger than me.
Oh, yeah,
which
that's
makes this
tough.
relationship a little
Hell
weird.
yeah. Do you have
But-
siblings?
Yeah, I got a little brother. He's
I
2
wanted
years
you to be like,
younger.
yeah, I
2
have
years
a
younger?
sister that's 7 years older. I'm like, okay, the 2 of you are fucked up, and I don't like it.
Right?
Well, I never met her, though. I think her name was...
Yeah. No, but it's actually funny because he's way smarter than me most of the time.
I can't tell by that sentence.
No way. He's smarter than you.
So it is kind of confusing most of the time.
Usually
I'm
the
like,
smartest person in the room is not screaming into the mic. We're all like, love me, love me, love me. It's like, actually, I'm kind of hanging out.
He's like, I'm emotionally stable. I'm cool.
You're like, I can't wait to post this and just be like, look how cool I was, and these fucking monsters.
Holy shit.
I just completely reject any forms of emotion. That way I can come off cool and callous at all times.
Yeah.
And then people think I'm interesting, but really I'm just rejecting myself all the time.
That was the most eloquent way I've ever someone described being autistic.
Write that down.
He's really good at it.
Yeah.
I was like, is that my brother?
That awareness month is really paying off. We're learning a lot.
He's like the Mozart of being autistic.
I love his old work.
Well, the reason I was asking if you, so you guys have both been in, so you're 28 now.
Yeah.
And at 24, you had already been in 4 or 5 relationships?
Well,
Yeah, what the
I mean, they're
fuck?
not like
That's
like
pretty
short
normal.
ones. Yeah, that's like short.
Okay, first of all,
What do you
I
consider a
wasn't
relationship?
How many relationships have you been in?
2.
How long were they?
Wow.
Not long.
Years.
I think that.
I just think that's you don't like being in relationships.
But this is Peggy just analyzing you and being like, why am I fucking?
Again, the podcast is about me being like, how are other like I am the
Peggy
most.
just tries to whip everybody into a frenzy, and then she's like, anyway, your mom
Why are
hates
they
you,
so
right?
frenzied up?
Your mom hates you, right?
normal to not go to dinner with the guy you're dating who's asked you
Are you-
1,000 times.
Are you okay with eating mozzarella sticks in front of someone you love? Or me neither. Yeah. Cool.
Honestly,
TGI Friday is a cool date, right? No, okay,
listen,
no.
and I have said this recently, and I've said it recently. Like the first year of us doing this podcast, I was like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with me. And then slowly, I'm just like, oh, it is me 1,000%.
Yeah.
Like 1,000%.
Yeah.
Like I'm like the
I'm
guy,
pretty sure that's what you learn in your 30s is that it's all you. Like
yeah.
you're like, holy shit, it was all me the whole time.
I've been pussy.
The ending of Memento.
I've been pussy this whole time.
The ending of Memento every time. Yeah.
I'm living with a girl for the first time in my life, and I'm like, all these bitches are crazy. And I'm like, oh no, Ryan, you were just cheating on everyone.
Well, and
No
that's
way,
what-
were they
so crazy.
Wait,
Why are you guys being
and what-
annoying like I'm doing something wrong? I'm
You-
not
wait.
fucking all of
Why
your
are you
friends.
nagging me?
God. Fuck.
I knew that is like the persona that you are, is that every girl I met when I first met him would just be like, I don't like you. And at first I would be like, is Ryan just like such a weirdo that like just comes home and like talks about, and now I'm just like, oh no, he's just him. And so he'll be like to girls straight up just like, oh no, I'd rather hang out with Peggy. I'm like, that's a fucked up thing to say to people. You're like, no.
I thought I was being honest and forthright.
Yeah. And then
I'll never date you. I'll hang out with you once a week for
there is a certain
3 years.
finesse in things sometimes.
Well, and no, and the thing was, right before he met Zoe, he was like hanging out with the girl, because he went through a breakup while we met. And then he was just hanging out with every girl that had been like his fuck buddy for like years or whatever. So every time they would show up, he'd be like, they'd go to the bathroom and be like, they think we're fucking. And I'm like, first of all, how wildly insecure am I? Listen, I am wildly insecure.
Peggy's in an
I am
Eagles jersey.
fucking wildly
feel you.
insecure. But I'm not insecure. I'm like, I would never. If I was fucking Ryan and he brought the hottest chick in the world and was like, this is who I'm going home
Some
with,
girl in like a
I
leather
would have
skirt.
headbutted him, not her. Yeah. And like the girls are like, so you're in love with him? I'm like, no. I'm
like
like,
some
he's
girl
the
in a
only one that
leather
can
skirt with,
tolerate
like,
my
laces.
drinking.
He's
Oh,
your
no, I
Justin.
just like getting fucked up with it. It's great.
I'm like, I'm the only person I know
Good wingman.
who drinks like me and doesn't need Coke. He does
She
Coke,
lets
and
me
I just
cry.
hang
It's
out.
great.
Yeah, it's great. So I'm sure
You just
those,
tolerate his bullshit enough to where he's like, you're my friend.
because it's the same thing. He's
I
like,
just
I
fuck
don't.
you. You don't know me. Don't be rude.
But it was when you went to go get them a drink, it was cool.
I brought the bottle.
I know, I love you. But
I want whatever
remember
you want.
right before I started hanging out with the guy I'm hanging out with now,
Yep.
Zoe and you were like, no, you're gonna, and because Zoe's a lot younger than me, and she's always like, I was like you, and I'm like, bitch, I'll love you. Shout out Zoe, she's listening. Bitch, I love you, but you a tiny ass perfect bitch. And you have bastard child on your fucking knee. You have more confidence in your fucking knee than
Yeah.
I would ever have in my
My
life.
girlfriend seems borderline mentally ill.
Yeah. Like she has no, like she honestly, that's why it like works out the three of us hanging out, is because the two of us get like into a like almost both of us are crying, and Zoe's like, I don't get it. I'm gonna go run a fucking Fortune 500 company.
Yeah, I was gonna
you
say-
guys hang out, and we're both like,
don't
but
just do-
don't you think comedy?
That's awesome. That's like the best buffer ever. She's like, I don't
why
get
did-
it. I'm going.
I don't understand comedy.
Or she's
Just
just
make
like,
6 figures.
Zoe, it feels
One
like
time,
she's
just like
she's-
invent something and make
She's like
something.
she's like scheduling like a bank heist while you two like she's very cool, calm, calculated, and you two are just like having a little fun.
I'll like watch her like at work, like at home. She'll be like working from home typing. I'm like, you're not writing anything. There's no way.
but she
There's
is.
like things things moving.
It's just like XXOOX.
Like she does OnlyFans.
I want to meet her. She sounds great.
No, she's the best. And the best is like, since we've become good friends, I'm like, hey, I don't know anything about this. So somebody asked me to do this. And she's like, they're taking advantage of you. Here's what you need to do.
Yes.
This is what you need to ask for. And I'm like, fuck, can I run everything by you? And if I ever make a little bit of money, I will give you.
Just get like an earpiece. Does it sound kosher?
But the thing was, it's like, she would always be like, I was like you, tough. And I'm like, first of all, that's a fake thing. I'm not tough. I cry at the most. Honestly, if a guy doesn't come in my mouth, I'm like, why don't you love me? And they're like, you got me too drunk.
This doesn't mean anything now.
Honestly,
I've been squeezing the bass for an hour.
Listen, I get it. Okay, I get
Hey,
it.
we did crush a handle of Tilly.
No, God, this is the greatest episode for me. I don't know for the listener.
Fuck them.
No.
Do you guys
Fuck all 6 of them.
Sorry, go ahead, keep going, Peggy. I'm sorry. I was gonna wonder. Do you guys remember the night, the first night you guys hooked up? I mean, how much? I don't know.
That's what you just said.
That
They
was
paid
the open mic night?
Yeah.
Well, this is why. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest.
I'm also
here.
like a $50 bag. I'm like,
So I left-
No, sorry.
each?
I remember like the sex specifically. I was
Yeah.
like, how much do you
well,
remember?
we had
of the night?
we had sex until he had to get up in the morning and work.
Yeah, I did
Because
have
you were
work the
coked
next
up.
morning.
Yeah, because he was coked up. So I had to
The bear.
leave, and he had to go to work, and I was scared because I was like, he's never gonna want to talk to me again.
So many times. So
That
many
would
times
have
I
been the
felt
right
like
move.
Yeah.
And then you had me on your radio show.
Yo, but then this was
Hold.
yes.
For some reason,
This was strategic. This was strategic.
I just pictured you doing public access Wayne's World. Welcome to Rachel's World. Wiggity-boo, wiggity-boo, wiggity-boo.
It was
Honestly, if I ever die, just bring Rachel on the podcast because she is me.
I hope you
With
die.
more
This is a rule.
if you ever want to, it's called Afternoon Delight with Rachel Rowan. And it is definitely available on something public. No, it's
that's
actually
not a
on the
free-
archives.
I
It's on
just
the
wish anyone
USFF
not watching,
archives.
you're getting closer and closer to Justin and just spreading your leg. You're just slowly
I'm man spreading.
She's like, I'm letting
That's
some
what I
meat
do.
out.
No, I was going to make it sexier. I was like,
Pheromones.
you're Susan Saranding this moment, but in like a way that Roseanne would do it. Like,
I'm
here's
funny.
my pussy, baby. You like
It
it.
says bear and
listen to
trap.
I listened to Lucille Bogan
Do your
before
pussy
I came
lips
here.
have knuckle tattoos?
That's the only place I won't get a tattoo is my pussy. It's
like
too
Cape
precious.
Fear.
It's too precious.
It's too precious.
I would never put Boner Garage on it or whatever that is in that movie.
So he
What's
had
in that
you-
movie?
So you were on the radio show.
Yeah.
Yes, he was
Yeah.
on the radio show. I actually brought him on there on purpose because I was like, if he's gonna
shit.
ghost me,
Yeah,
he can't ghost me.
You're not going to be a. You're
She's
not a
playing it
girl.
like a pro. She
You're
did it right.
You're like, I'm not going to leave a fucking earring. I'm going to fucking bring you on a fucking thing I know
She's
you
like, all right,
want
so
to
that's
do.
it with the fishing segment. Now we got my little cum dumpster over here. Justin, why don't you mosey on up to the mic?
Not only that, but I made it a point in the show to like look and see how much stuff you can find up on somebody for Google. So like, I was like, I'm just gonna see. And
Yeah, she
I
was like, I
searched-
understand you
Did
like
you mean the
Tom
word
Waits. And then she
search?
started like playing a Tom Waits song. I was like, okay.
I was like, I'm just gonna deep search him and then put it on my show.
He's like, is that Night Moves playing right now?
You're like, why is my mom's voice playing in the background?
Oh, and then I gave it was the golden ticket. After that, I said, I have ecstasy too.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it afterwards? It
Coke
was
to
I'm
start it,
kind of a
ecstasy seals
predator,
the
to be
deal.
honest.
It was like an appetizer and the main course.
Yeah.
No, but he loved it.
Because once
Yeah.
you do ecstasy together,
yeah.
it's
over.
a different game.
You're getting
Yeah.
married.
Yeah.
Here's the difference between me and you, Rachel, is that you started comedy later. I started so young that now I think I am dating people who probably are on my emotional wavelength, but I am definitely me tooing the fuck out of a lot of open micers. I feel very bad.
Rachel's
Probably
pussy is like
best for-
Scientology.
What I'm upset about is I'm finding out that you are more smart than me.
You know
It's
you're smart. She
upsetting.
puts an H in it.
You smart to me.
Oh, okay. So I'm still the fucking idiot. In the room. Cool.
I don't know if I'm smart as I am clever, which
You're
is
gonna say cunty.
a little bit, and cunty, which is a little bit different.
And I don't have any of that. I just start crying.
You're cunty. Come on.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
so
no, I'm
cunty.
so cunty.
And that's why we love you. I'm so cunty.
No.
I love cuntiness. That's my favorite attribute in somebody because it's mine attribute.
So Justin,
It's mine.
for you, I'm picturing the answer she says ecstasy. You're just like, dream.
Yeah.
No, we actually. What did we listen to? We listened to Daniel Johnston,
Yeah, we-
Story of an Artist,
We
and
just-
I
Holy
fucking cried like a baby. Holy shit!
Yeah, she
Oh
cried
my
pretty
God.
hard.
Wait, can I?
You are
wait.
Peggy.
Time out. Wait, I told you were the same. Wait, time out. I will say this. That's so funny.
Dude.
I don't but I'm not gonna
Holy
say it's my current fuck friend, but somebody
Fuck associate.
Somebody I know from my vagina.
One of my fuck associates.
One of my many fuck clients.
No, but it is
Somebody I met at my
fuck
when
friend.
vagina.
your people
I'm on
when
his
you-
payroll.
when you are like Rachel and I gotta be honest, there is something when you're like this intense of a person and then you get too fucked up or something happens. Like we recently watched Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and he fell asleep and I was so happy he
you
fell
sobbing?
asleep.
Oh, yeah.
You're just sobbing constantly. Dude,
First of all, because
don't even fuck
the
with
first person I ever really loved, this is guy Peter, who was my film teacher.
One level guy.
Not one good Peter. Not one good
Peter
Peter.
and Peggy. How many
I don't
fucking
think she ever
trees?
stopped
I
loving Peter.
You know how many
fucking-
trees behind the funeral home have that carved in it?
No, I wasn't living there then.
She just put pairs of dunks in the
How
wet
red
cement.
is red is my face right now? This is a one
I'd
that
say
we're
it's
not
a
doing
salmon.
a video.
It's
We're
a-
not doing
it's a hot
video.
coral.
We're not doing a video.
It's a hot
Not
coral.
kidding.
It's a mauve.
I found a trap noise
It's a
for your vagina.
No,
I don't know.
yes,
Anyway.
thank
So
you.
I'm like watching this.
No,
and I-
that's what it used to be. Shallow vagina.
Oh,
It was the,
yeah.
it was the Batman punch.
It was the punch. Yeah.
The difference is I wasn't trapping him for a human to make a human. I was trapping him for just to have a friend.
yeah.
God, bummer.
Get up in here.
I know. Wait, time out.
Sorry, Peggy.
I get it. No, because that's why. That's why that's a great sound effect for me. Because Ryan says the same thing. He's like, "That's sadder. I just wish you would just be like, I want you to just admit that you want to have a kid." I'm like, I don't.
Yeah,
I
right?
just want a person to love me.
I just want a
It's
little
sad.
person that can't run away.
I don't know why that's sadder than like just being like, I want to trap a dude to fuck them. I just want to trap a dude so he has to watch movies while I cry.
Just get a dog.
So he has to watch me cry while I'm watching Netflix previews,
My emotional support husband.
which I do.
Peggy's gonna end up owning 2 rats.
By the way, there was
This is the one I.
there was a dog down the street that I almost
want a
was-
rat. That's not even a joke.
Oh God, I can't.
This is
hear
the
it.
Notre Dame Fighting Irish. This is the Eagles, and the Cowboys are in the cage all the time.
Oh my God, I just came a little bit. That sounds
Oh
beautiful.
God, that sounds so nice.
It's a
Yeah,
dollop a day
yeah.
Peter Pan.
Yeah, fucking Dallas.
Yeah.
He's just running in the rat course because fuck him. Get around the corner because you ain't gonna ever be good like you were in the 90s. Give it up for my baby boys.
Eat the cheese. Fuck Brett Favre.
Give my baby
Peggy, that
boys
was 20
Nick and
years ago.
Foles.
So the point is, I was so happy that the guy was sleeping because I started crying, forgetting why I loved this movie so much.
Right.
Yes.
And we were also very drunk, and he does have a dog. So then I was like petting a dog. I was like, all of this is too much. And
best.
he woke up. He's like, are you okay? And I was
woke
like,
up? No.
it's fine. I mean, whatever. He was pretty high or
You're
whatever.
like, I'm fine.
He's like, whatever. She'll suck my dick if I insult her or something. And I was
call her
like,
a
shut
dog.
up.
With it.
Yeah. I was like, shut up. I'm like, I just really love this movie. He's like, okay. I don't believe you. And I was like,
How much?
yeah. I was like, I'll suck your dick right.
Her saying yeah with the fucking tape all over her glass.
We are very similar, though. It's so weird because because when I cry when we're watching movies, he will not cry at all. He never cries at any movie
brother.
ever. And I'm like, like
no, I'm a way prettier crier.
Okay. Well, good for fucking you. Okay.
I'm just kidding. The boy was that's not true.
I am a very pretty crier.
I'm a gorgeous crier.
Honestly, this is a podcast on why women shouldn't be in charge. It's fun, but it might.
You want to have a woman for president? Is that what you want?
Better find a pretty crier.
Just because we
saying.
cry doesn't mean we don't get shit done. Okay.
I literally I probably.
You want those kids in cages? We'll get them in there. Okay.
Honestly, though. I will say, if I'm crying and someone's like, "Are you crying?" I'm like, "No, I'm not. I will fucking run a marathon right now. I will write a script. I will fucking
you're like,
show
are you fucking crying?
I'm gonna go shadow box in the woods right now.
I'm beating this tree up right now."
I used to get hit in the head with a ball a lot. Like that was
Quick
like
transition.
constant. No, I'm just telling you. And like sometimes it knocks you down when that happens.
What kind
it
of
knocks you
ball?
down.
Kickball?
A lot of balls. But serious. It knocks you down.
Senior year was rough.
Yeah.
It reminds me the best thing to do is just pop back up. Just pop back up. Like
You just Rocky quoted it. Hate about how many times you get knocked up by balls. Every once in a
Hey,
while.
listen. Sorry, we're the female versions of Rocky.
Yeah. Sorry about you.
All right, this has been a silly ride of fun.
This has been great.
This has been a real stinker.
But that's
You guys are little stinkers, little rascals.
You love it.
you love it. But also, I will say, after the last 2 days I had, and also I'm like, I've been in such a fucking little like controlled
Capsuled
fucking
world.
Butthole?
capsule little butthole.
She looks like she's trying to strangle a hamster. That's that cowboy's
you?
rat she has. Fuck the NFC.
That it's just fun to just see somebody else just living their best life. And Justin, I include you because I think this is, though it doesn't seem it, I think you are living your best life.
I'm very reserved in that way.
Yeah.
He's
He
like, I'm just
won't
glad
tell
I'm not in
you.
a bear trap right now.
Call you on that one. I'm gonna call you on that one now. Let the man
Hit it.
go ahead. Just
Oh,
It's
now
all right.
it's weird.
No, you seem good.
Oh, we good? Oh, you're actually asking me if I'm good?
you know what? Never
All right, you know, actually, this is why he lets Rachel talk.
Now he doesn't even know when to talk.
No,
guys.
we actually always ask everybody on the show, how'd you lose your virginity?
Oh, that was actually,
That's good.
I lost my virginity. My dad walked in. We were about to get it started.
I was like, my dad was in me.
I was about to say
Okay,
too.
so I
what
lost
the
my
fuck?
virginity to my dad. I'm like,
He
wow.
thrusted my hips for me. He said, "This is the proper form." No,
supporting.
no,
Wait,
like it was
honestly,
like
can I just say, just from that little description, I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
He knows what to do.
Thrusting his hips.
All right, keep going. Go.
yeah, but yeah, it was pretty much like right after we started. My dad walked in from work, and then we were like, "Oh, well, this isn't good." So we stopped. But she left like her pants in the living room, and my dad was in the living room because I would lived in like a condo, and then he had to sit down, and she had to like walk of shame out there and like grab her shit and like walk
Why
back
didn't
in.
you
That's horrible.
go get them?
Well, 'cause
Yeah,
she
why
was
Like, I was
Asshole.
sleeping. I was sleeping.
well, because she jumped up first. She was like immediately like
Because
jumping
he didn't
up
even
to
think about it.
yeah.
Did
Well, I
you
was
stay in
kind
the
of-
living room?
No, I was in my bedroom. I was like,
No, meaning like the dad walked in, she jumped up
Wait,
and
were
went.
you fucking in the living room?
no, we were in my bedroom.
So your dad just
But
walked
the
in?
pants were in the living
Okay,
room?
time
Yeah.
out. Okay, can I? It's weird. I
Rewind
wasn't
it.
started.
there.
Rewind.
You were fucking in your bedroom.
Yes.
But you had left the pants.
Foreplay in the living room. Moved to bedroom.
Dad walked in.
Yeah,
she
we thought we had
jumped
the
up.
time.
She
That's
jumped up.
hot.
And runs to go, and I'm like, I'm still erect
getting hot
penis,
off
like
this.
fucking like in sextasy because it's the first time I've ever been inside a woman. And then I
Very
was like,
medical. You're like, I still have an erection.
Because I was inside of a woman.
and then
Inside of a pussy.
Oh, I was inside
and
of
it
an
was
adult
wet.
woman.
Oh,
and
he
it
was
was
inside
tight.
of it. He was inside that canal.
a vagina, if you will.
caramba.
But yeah, I just remember panicking and kind of like freezing up and not knowing what to do. And she ran out there before I could even do anything.
No, she's confident because I am still to this day. I know the guy I'm fucking's roommate, and I'm like, you got to go out there and get that shit. I'm not walking out there, no way.
I'm gonna
And she
tell
was
you.
just like,
You gotta go
fucking-
get my dunks.
Yeah. She's just like, I'm gonna show my tight little body. How old were you?
17.
Hell yeah.
It's what I would have done.
He's like my tiny little body. He's like 17, but he's like,
Mine was big.
dang.
17's hot. That's a hot one.
You know, don't get me started.
What was yours? I want to know what both of yours were.
Mine was boring. I mean, I was dating a girl all through high school.
Yeah, that's boring.
Yeah, fucked in like
Yeah.
junior year.
Oh, lazy.
Were you in love?
Boring.
Smoking though, yeah.
Smoking weed?
No,
No,
smoking
she was
hot.
smoking
Smoking
hot.
hot. Was she the hottest girl in school?
Come on.
Oh, come on. Were you the hottest guy in school?
No,
I wasn't.
Not at all. Have you seen his high school picture?
No?
Nah, I was weird looking.
So
in high
you're
school.
like a late bloomer?
Yeah, came into it.
Like me.
You line us up all now. I'm like, come on. Sit down,
It's like
fellas.
a great
How
uncle
old
died
are
and
you?
he came into the looks.
Enjoy selling those used Fords, boys.
I was 13, you know, getting them in real high.
Wait,
I
are
thought
you
you're like,
kidding?
we're high on Molly.
Sorry, I had that on my accident.
I like that one.
That was a good
13.
accident.
That was like Batman
13.
telling Robin to shut
Yeah,
up.
it was a total what is it called? Not rape, but the other one.
You had a date
Sex?
It's like rape.
Molestation.
No, the other one where it's like
Gang
they're
rape.
older than you.
Sagittarius rape.
They're older. Yes.
Oh, statutory.
Oh.
Yeah.
How old?
Obviously, you're 13.
13.
So
13.
How old was he?
you're above 18.
18.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you were kind of alluding to he was like 40, and I'm like, well, this should. We're gonna cut this part out.
My uncle's friend.
No.
We're at a NASCAR race.
No, but
Jeff
he
Gordon
was somebody
did
I
win
didn't know.
mid-defense.
So.
Dale Earnhardt had just
I
died.
didn't know
It was
him very
a real,
well.
real
Okay.
rough time.
Okay.
You can
so
feel the heat from the fire. Dale
I didn't
Earnhardt,
like
rest in
him.
peace,
Let's
guy.
just
May
put it
God
that
rest
way.
his soul. We're roasting marshmallows. I'm like, you know what, cowboy?
That is definitely
Yeah,
Yeah,
Will you wipe the tears
hold
out of
on.
your eyes?
Very different. Okay, this is where the
This is why I had to go to
This is why
psychiatry
Rachel and
before.
Peggy and I are different. I also had to go to a fucking ton of therapy, but
You just
for
get a
different
third
reasons.
person. You said Rachel, Peggy, and I.
She's two people now.
But
She's
aren't I?
Peggy and I.
Rachel, Peggy, and Margaret.
Dude, Margaret should have lost her virginity at 12. Honestly, maybe I would love to find out if I went to a therapist and they were like, "You've been molested."
No, but let me
time.
set the record straight though. I wrote one of my friends a note because she knew some dudes, and I was like, I want to get my cherry popped at 13
Dude,
because I was
you
hot.
rule.
Yeah.
Wait, by the way, I
Also, dude, I want to get my cherry
I-
popped as a fucking concert merch.
Yeah, really.
yeah, that is. You got to write a joke about that because, dude, I want to get my cherry.
Dude.
Wait, the best is I forgot.
I feel like you
this.
slammed a shot of Jameson on the bar. You're like, you know what, boys? I'm ready to get this cherry pop.
I was
all right?
smoking cigarettes.
Wait, that's so funny they said that. As
One
I
drag.
I had older sisters, so like my friends used to like corner me and ask me questions, and I would just know them. But I don't remember me giving them. But all of my grade school girlfriends, and it's funny, we're all going on like a wine trip in June, and I'm like, I already
What?
hate how basic this is, but I'm also so
like that
excited
movie.
because I've never done something like that with them. And they all, I remember like we were maybe like juniors in high school, and I said something like, "Oh, I don't even know how I knew what sex was," and they were all like, "What?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And they were like, "Big, you're who told us what popping a cherry was." And I was like, "No fucking way."
Peg also did go to Catholic school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
So
got
like
one of the
we
rare-
are like
Early
fucking-
information.
So,
I went
but
to
I
Episcopal
also-
school. Same thing, except no
pretty
confessional.
coolly.
Yeah.
Pretty
Oh,
cooler.
dirty.
I said
like
pretty
that.
coolly. Yeah.
We don't have confession, baby.
yeah, we don't give a
We keep it to
fuck.
ourselves.
We're not Catholic. We didn't do anal. Little
why I
dirty
don't like-
secret keeper.
But
like that
literally,
anal. I don't like it.
still get mad about it because I'm like, there's no way I did that. And all my friends are like, no, you did. And like, they're like, no, you came in hot. But
Peg, you used to
came
suck
in so
trailer
hot with the
hitches.
cherry
You learned
pop
about sex through
inside.
osmosis. That's
Yeah.
that's
Peggy's like
I
sucking
think
a
about it.
trailer hitch at junior prom. Fucking work it over.
honestly, though, it does make sense. Like, I think I was such a, like, my parents friends called me the sensual baby because I used to come out at parties.
That's a creepy thing to call a baby.
So creepy. But it was like
hey, Marvin Gaye would come on, you hop right out of that crib. We pass you around.
dude.
Hey, are you bringing the sensual baby tonight?
No, it was like a running joke because all of them were old. My dad was 40 when they had
Let's
me.
get
So like
it on.
all of their friends
Somebody
were like,
light
I
the
can't believe you
candles.
had
Baby's
me.
coming.
Easy, everybody. A lot of cross talk. Jesus.
Yeah, sorry.
Christ.
All right, Dad.
Sorry.
No, but
Stop
like
making a podcast, Neil.
I know.
Good Neil.
I know, sorry.
we don't have
know
to
what I meant.
release this. This is just
No,
fun
but I
hang.
am actually connecting with you right now because I had the same kind of thing. They were all older, and my parents would bring me to a bunch of older people hanging
Don't you
out.
have younger siblings?
Yeah, my mom.
Yeah, Florida, we get it.
Okay, got
My
it.
my mom was a little. She liked the men. What can
Gotcha.
I say? I don't know.
But no, like so seriously, like I was when I was little. I mean,
You were a
freaky
sensual
ass
baby.
I was a sensual baby. I would come out because like they would, and there's videos of me now where I would be like crying, and they'd be like, "Peggy, dance," and I would like grab onto the side of the plaque and play and just like grind on. And they'd be like,
my
and
God.
they'd
I wanna see
like
that
start
video.
laughing.
I wanna see-
Oh, it's so crazy. And there's a video of me just like,
And she was a
fucking-
huge baby. So they're like, she's 14.
Yeah. They're like, it's not even offensive. It's fine. And that's why, like, at 5, I was like already coming. I was like, fine.
yeah.
And then I found Jesus.
Right.
So then I like
And that
forgot
makes
it.
you
So
guilt.
then in high school, people were like, no, Peggy, you're the one who told us.
No,
that."
Peggy, you're a whore.
Dude, that's
It
so
wasn't a
funny. I
fever
saw
dream.
porn for the first time when I was 3, and I remember it. And it was like what was it? It was a Little Red Riding Hood porn.
I thought you were going to say the N-word.
No.
I was like, no.
What, you really thought I was gonna? Wow, I was going into
No,
porn.
he
I'm
just
like,
had hope. He had
N-word.
hope.
Yeah, he wanted it.
I was half hard. I was like, come on, don't do this.
No, it was the Huntsman fucking Little Red Riding Hood. I'm like, we all want that, right? We all like that. Like
You were
Do
3?
we?
I was 3, I remember. And but it was like the best thing I ever discovered in my life. It was like finding land. Like you're like, that must
You're
have
like on the
been
Oregon Trail. You're like, that's the coast, the Pacific.
So this is exactly.
it.
All right, wait. So this is us. We are both like we're right here, and we are so alike. And then there's just like a hard divide.
You
Where
went south.
I was like, I believe in.
Oh no, I
I
still was
believe
in church.
Christ.
Peggy heard gospel. You heard.
And you were like, "Brr, brr, brr, brr,
That's very
brr, brr,
true.
brr."
Why do you think I call you brother cousin?
I love
That's
it.
the North Florida way.
Yeah.
Guys, this
Dude, you guys were the
has been
best.
so fun.
You
I'm
guys are the
sorry,
fucking
Justin.
best.
We'll get you all next time by yourself.
Yeah, it is
Neil
interesting.
is truly disgusted back here.
No, Neil's loving it, dude.
No, Neil
I fucked
loves
when I was
it.
13. I just didn't fuck an 18-year-old.
Oh, you just fucked another 13-year-old?
I know.
Gross.
So gross.
Yeah.
It's always just funny because every time we talk about
That's so
Pervert.
nasty. So gross. I know.
Pervert.
I was a real gross man
Was she hot?
Shit.
for 13.
Back then or now?
no, honestly though, Neil got me too'd for his.
No. What? I'm so gullible. Don't
just
tell me.
say that.
Don't tell me.
Meaning.
Said that like she was so serious.
He's like, I'm deleting
I
this.
just
No.
found weird punch
Time
I'm so
out.
sorry.
Time out. Neil, I don't mean you me too'd someone. Someone me too'd you. She fucked you on the back of the truck. We've heard about this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, like she raped
Well,
him?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Oh my God, Jesus! No,
Yeah,
we
she
don't-
offered you
that's
coke
why
or
me
something.
tooing is
Yeah, yeah.
easier to say than
What's
raping.
crazy is like if you talk about raping with dudes, they're like, yeah, it's cool.
Not on my watch.
Yeah, that was a
goddammit.
different time. But yeah, I get you. Yeah, I was. I did. That same girl did.
No,
give
but
me a-
we've
That was
talked
a
about it where
different-
you were like, you told him, we're all like,
There's
oh.
no raping around here. It's lies and trickery, okay?
Gotcha. There's a line.
See, I am still Catholic.
No, but I
to
feel you on
confessional.
that. I feel you.
No,
on
but I
that.
didn't lose my virginity until I was 21.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Nerd.
But when did you lose your hand virginity?
No, I have a joke. Yeah,
I know.
I thought I was going to have a
5.
hand baby.
Yeah. I started
I
that.
She got
remember that.
baptized.
I
The
remember
father had
that.
a little.
Yeah, because that's like the best time of your life. When
No,
you
I
figure
got
out you can
baptized at like 2
masturbate.
months like a good Christian should.
I was baptized.
No,
Find my
actually
baby.
a month.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a baby.
No,
2
but
months.
yo, you guys, this was so fucking.
So fun.
You
Yeah,
guys
it
are
was
the
awesome.
It
best.
was
Thank you for
wild.
having
Yeah.
us.
It was a wild one.
Yeah, we should have got pulled
honestly-
over for speeding.
Yeah. I honestly shouldn't have drank. I took my Ativan earlier.
Who's a bad girl?
Are you still driving him?
No, he's driving.
Okay.
I only took a half.
We're all driving.
And you guys work out.
Hey, there you
I'm
go.
glad you found love.
Yeah.
I love you a lot.
Love you.
If I have no one else,
I
at
love
least
you
I can
guys.
raise you and Zoe's baby, right? Zoe, don't hate me.
raised
I
him.
love you a lot. I
You
look
raised
up
that
to
little
you.
bastard. Conan,
Neil,
I'll name him.
Neil, you could produce
Oh, thank you.
the baby.
Oh, isn't that sweet of you?
You're the
Produce
godfather.
the baby.
I'm gonna
Neil.
produce that baby's podcast.
You're
so
hosting.
hard.
All right,
You're
wait,
hosting.
Neil, if I freeze my egg,
I thought you just say.
Will-
I thought you was
will
gonna say if
you-
I pass out right now.
will you turkey baste that baby into my pussy? All right, I love everybody.
I love you, Rachel.
Love
you're the
you
best.
guys.
Justin,
Justin,
you're the best.
best.
Fucking
Yeah.
come do open mics because you're funnier than anyone I know.
Suck our dicks
He's
forever.
amazing.
Suck it.
He's amazing.
This has been a Droptent Media production.